What's going on, y'all? So I just wanted to talk about something. I see a lot of people talking about it on their channels. The current condition of Mortal Kombat 1. Now, you guys, I'm sure, have heard me talk about it plenty of times in my live. This game has a lot of issues. I do complain a lot about this game, but it's only because Mortal Kombat is my favorite fighting game franchise of all time, dude. And I just want to see this game strive. Do you know what I mean? So honestly, a lot of people's reactions and a lot of people's feedback on the game is valid. Tekken 8 is going to be releasing tonight. I'm really curious to see where that's going to put Mortal Kombat 1 in the space of fighting games, right? Where Street Fighter 6 is dominating, where Tekken 8 is most likely going to dominate. I guess I just want to talk about where I think NRS went wrong with MK1. But first, I want to talk about the things I do like. First thing, the gameplay. When I say gameplay, I mean the combos. Combos are there, dude. I'm so happy they brought that back. From MK11, I played MK11 for 3 months, guys. These little same one combos that every character has. It was so vanilla for a Mortal Kombat game, dude. I just did not like it. So I like that they brought back combos. The combos are long in this game, bro, and I love it. I love it. The stages, like, dude, the stages are beautiful in this game. Beautiful. I love it. And another thing is, I like that NRS takes chances. A lot of people aren't talking about this point. I love that NRS loves to reinvent the wheel every single game. I don't like lately that the term has been being thrown around that Mortal Kombat is the Call of Duty of fighting games, and I disagree on that because that's a pretty low bar to put Mortal Kombat at. So Mortal Kombat comes out let's just say an NRS game comes out every 2 to 3 years, right? On top of that, they reinvent the wheel. They're not scared to try something new. And if it doesn't work, okay, cool, whatever, right? Call of Duty comes out every single year. They don't reinvent the wheel. It's just the same regurgitated, recycled bullshit every single time. I just don't think it's fair to put Mortal Kombat at that low of a level just because it's the most popular fighting game to the casuals. Because it's the most popular doesn't mean we have to compare it to Call of Duty. I don't think that's fair. The things there's quite a lot with this game that's missing. Quite a lot of bugs, just gameplay mechanics. There's so much I want to dive into today, guys. So the first thing, man, I see a lot of people touch on this. This one isn't like as serious to me as the other points I'm gonna touch, but the lack of content. A lot of people are talking about this, and I agree. There's no content in this game. The fact that there's no conquest mode, dude. I thought after MK11 that they were just testing the waters for a conquest mode, you know, by having the crypt, like an open world crypt. I thought that was a brilliant idea, dude. And then we get Mortal Kombat 1 and we get invasions. I was like, this game mode sucks, bro. This game mode sucks. You can just tell with invasions that it feels like they just threw something together because they just needed to get this game out. That's what it feels like when I'm in this game. I mean, from these repetitive ass fights, XP grind to even rank up characters and all the armor that these bots have. Dude, it is the hardest game mode to play. And when I mean hard, I mean it's so hard to spend my time playing this and trying to enjoy it. I just can't. I can't. And everybody else has expressed this, so I hope they know to never go back to this again. Or I hope when the story mode expansion comes out, we get some type of conquest mode or something, dude, because that invasions mode is horrid. It's horrid. There's like no skins, hardly any alternative skins. There's certain characters that have alternate skins and some that just don't at all. How is she like one of the only cameos that has an alternate skin? That just tells me this game wasn't finished on time. Story mode skins, dude. Where are the story mode skins? I remember when this game first launched and I played the story mode, I'm thinking I'm gonna unlock these skins somehow, either by playing the story or by playing different game modes. No, you use these skins in the story, you don't get to see them again unless you play the story again. And there's some pretty cool skins in there, dude. You know, once I didn't unlock them, once I finished the story and didn't unlock them, I was like, okay, they're probably gonna add them in the shop. Nope, none in the shop. No story mode skins in the shop. Besides the Liu Kang one they just recently added, which is a nice skin. That's a cool one. Give us more than that, though, bro. I'm tired of this drip feeding. They keep drip feeding us. On top of that, I just think the skins that we have are just mad ugly, dude. I think they're terrible looking. Reptile, by far, has the worst alternative skin I've ever seen in my life. I mean, bro looks like a cosplayed Power Ranger. It looks terrible, dude. It's like the costume design I'm not a fan of in this game. I don't really want to harp too much on the lack of content. I think everybody's been talking about that. We know this game is just lacking in terms of just content. So the next thing, gameplay, dude. Now this is the big one. I feel like this, at the end of the day, I'm here to fight. So the lack of content isn't as important to me as these points that I'm going to touch on right now. Now, when I say gameplay, I touched on it earlier. I love the addition of combos again. There's combos in this game, and I love that. Its mechanics are so wonky. I want to start with the stages. I remember when I went to Summer Games Fest to see the reveal for Mortal Kombat 1, dude. I was so hyped. I didn't know what to expect. And I remember when they first showed the trailer, I was like watching the gameplay and I was like, something's off about this. I don't know what it is about this trailer, but something just feels off. I'm not excited as I was when I saw Mortal Kombat X or Mortal Kombat 11. I will say Mortal Kombat 11, I really did not like that game, but the reveal trailer for it, it looked dope, but when you actually played it for some time, it was just trash. Anyway, but when I watched the Mortal Kombat reveal, I remember watching it and I was like, yeah, it looks cool. Something just looks like it's missing from it though, and I couldn't quite pinpoint what it was. The sluggishness of the gameplay, it just didn't look fluid to me. And after playing the game for about 4 months now since release, I think I realized, first thing, that is a big step back. We don't have any stage interactables. We don't have any stage transitions. Now, what's cool is they brought back air combos from the 3D era, but didn't bring back stage traps, stage fatalities, stage transitions, stage interactive. But this could have been so cool to make the matches so much more immersive on top of the cameos. I was on board with the cameos. When they first showed it, I was like, oh, this is a great idea. I feel like they didn't execute the cameos correctly. And when I say that, I mean, I feel restricted when I'm using certain cameos. There's just certain cameos who are just way too good, and then certain cameos that are just like not even worth it to use. And I think a lot of this has to do with the summon and the ambush attacks for cameos. I just think they played it too safe for certain cameos. Some of them just have like I just think there's too many summon assists for cameos, dude, and it slows the game down. It restricts a lot of things from being able to happen in the game. It takes away that sandbox element to me. You know, I could use a great example. Like, when I'm using Kung Lao in Kung Lao, when I try to do Kung Lao's main 2-1-2 string into the Cameo Lao spin, it doesn't even connect because the 2-1-2 pushes them away. That by the time I even call out the summon assist spin, he's already way over there and the spin just completely misses. Shujinko is another one. I don't think Shujinko should be a summon assist when he steals moves, dude. It is way too slow. There's some moves that Shujinko steals and you're in your summon assist stance for the longest time, to the point where you could just easily get punished for trying to throw out a move that Shujinko steals. And I think it's so stupid. When there's characters like Striker who could just throw out grenades all day and regenerate twice as fast as other cameos. And so I just think there's certain characters they played it safe with, certain characters they didn't play it safe with. There's just too many restrictions right now. That brings me to my next point, which is character designs and character balance. First, I'm going to talk about character design. I'm usually not the one to easily point out things that are broken or need to be fixed, but the character design in this game is garbage to me. I'm just going to be straight up on that. You can just tell there's so many characters in this game that are built off of a certain move that's in their arsenal. So let me elaborate on that a little bit, right? Let's talk about Tanya. Tanya is clearly built from her mid attack that she does, right? Everybody knows the Tanya mid. Katana, clearly built off of her mid attack. Liu Kang, clearly built off of his mid kicks, the mid safe kicks. Kung Lao, clearly built off of his back forward 2 armor. I just think that's such a terrible way to design these characters, because in it leads into people just cheesing these moves. And that's why we get people using the same cheese moves for these characters, because they're built off of one move, and the rest of the moveset is just surrounding that. And I think that's why we get a lot of these same play styles, and add that on top of the cameo balance and restrictions and everything. We keep getting these same team ups, dude. Our sandbox was supposed to be the team ups we want to create, but there's just no incentive to create your own team when there's better teams that are just running the game out there. I want to talk about is character balance. Dude, as you guys know by now, I'm a Kung Lao main, dude. And if you guys haven't heard it enough on my streams, they butchered quite a few characters in this game. Kung Lao being one of them. There's about 4 different characters I think that are just... I understand there's certain tiers of characters, but there's just certain characters that have to work way too hard to get a win. It's Kung Lao, Scorpion, Natara, and I'll even say Sub-Zero. I think Sub-Zero is very annoying to fight, but I think he's still handicapped in this game. Now, I want to talk about Kung Lao because I'm a Kung Lao main, and along with a lot of other Kung Lao mains, we got played this time around when it comes to Lao. So I see a lot of people talking about, bro, Lao is so good. He has a back forward 2 armor safe launcher. I hate when people run with this argument because the back forward 2 armor, while it is safe and it is a launcher with a specific cameo, it's not a launcher all the way around like I can combo from it. With a specific cameo, Goro, yes, you can combo from it. But that is the only effective move that Lao has in his arsenal for the most part. On top of that, you can literally break the armor from the back forward 2. So many characters can do it. Liu Kang can do it. Sindel can do it. Johnny Cage can do it. Li Mei can do it. Raiden can do it. And on top of that, you can literally just jump over the back forward 2 armor and punish it from there. Not only that, there's a few characters on the roster who can punish that move. Okay? Liu Kang being one of them. I want to use Liu Kang and Kung Lao as a prime example of what I'm talking about when it comes to character balance. Liu Kang and Kung Lao are the only characters in this game that have a 6-frame startup. Now, for some reason, I don't know who at NRS thought it was a good idea to give Liu Kang a 6-frame startup, a 7-frame startup, top 3 projectile, okay, and mid kicks that are safe. Okay, a lot of people want to run with the idea that, oh, Liu Kang doesn't have any mix. That's not true. Mix doesn't have to be overhead low all the time. Mix can also be mid-safe attacks, where you either have to guess whether it's going to be mid-attacks or it's going to be a grab, whatever. That is also considered mix. Okay, not to mention, just like Kung Lao, Liu Kang has an overhead and a low on the second hit of 2 different strings that he has, just like Lao does. Lao has his back 3-3 and his back 3-4, which, by the way, have gaps in both of those strings. You can armor through both of those. Yet, for some reason, in comparison to Liu Kang's tool set, Lao is severely lacking. His hat takes 2 or 3 seconds to come back to his head after throwing it. On top of that, his recovery from throwing the projectile is so slow. I want to talk about cameo balance, dude. This is an important one, man, because there's just things that don't make sense when it comes to these cameos. I want to start with Stryker. Stryker does the exact same thing that Goro does. Yet, Goro takes 2 or 3 times as long to regenerate than Stryker does. But Stryker gets overhead and low mix, and he gets a restand ability with the handcuff move. So why does Goro take that long to regenerate? Let's talk about Serena in Sector. Now, as you guys know, I'm a Sector main when it comes to Lao. But there's so many problems with this cameo, dude. And the reason why I want to use Serena as an example is because with Serena's boomerangs, or blades, whatever the hell you want to call them, those things practically have homing abilities to them. No matter, even if you duck them or you jump behind the opponent, those things will still come back behind the opponent and smack you in the back of the head. Or even when you hit her, those things will still come back and hit you. Yet they regenerate 3 times as fast than Sector's missile does after using it. Whereas with Sector, you have to spend a whole cameo bar just to get a homing ability for the rocket. On top of that, when you hit Sector and the missile's already out of his chest, the missile blows up. Where's the balance when it comes to that? Let's talk about Cameo Lao. They took away Kung Lao's main things that made him Kung Lao and put it into a cameo where it's useless. Because Cameo Lao is a thing, I now no longer have my teleport anymore, and I don't have my spin launcher. But people were like, oh yeah, you could just equip Cameo Lao. And no, the teleport is useless. It's so slow. They need to slice off like 90% of that animation and make it to where you can combo. Make it as if it's part of Lao still. Now they made a nerf to Lao's low hat. Instead of it being +3, it's now -3. That's not what we were looking for when it comes to the Lao hat. What we're tired of is these goofy setups. I'm tired of trying to guess these overhead low mix-ups with Omni-Man full screen, with Sindel, with Johnny. It's stupid, dude. It's stupid. But the hitboxes in this game are horrendous. There's just so many times where I'm getting hit with things that I shouldn't even be getting hit with because I'm either behind them or way too far away from them to even be getting hit by these things. It's ridiculous, dude. This game is hard to play. It's really not in a good state right now. And it's unfortunate because you can see the lack of polish in this game, man. And so with that being said, dude, these are just the things I think they need to do better. Either going forward for this game or the next installment of Mortal Kombat. Because I'm sure the next game is going to be Injustice. But I'm talking about for Mortal Kombat. What they need to do better for this game currently is make more ambushes. We need more ambushes. Ever since Chameleon dropped, it made the game slightly more fun because of the openness with that Cameo when it comes to her ambushes. Super cool, dude. Super cool. It's probably too late, but what they need to do is just overhaul Cameo Lao and give main roster Lao back his teleport and his spin launcher. And what they could do is just replace it with Cabal. If you really want to still have the low hat, just put Cabal's low hook blades, where you can do the exact same thing and hold them. Instead of Kung Lao, Cameo Lao spin, you can literally just do the Nomad Dash, okay? And then instead of the teleport, just have Cabal come out and do a hook sword grab or something, and you're set. I don't think anybody would complain. It wouldn't really change much about the game. Add some more immersiveness to these stages, bro. I want to see stage transitions. I want to see stage traps, not just fatalities. I want to see stage like traps, like back in the day where you can where you're on an arena where if you knock them off the cliff, like that's it. You know what I mean? Bring that back, dude. Tekken has environmental damage. I love that, dude. Bring that back, man. Now, if they can't fix that in this game, I don't know how they're going to recoup their player base for this game, man. It seems like everybody really has a bad taste in their mouth from MK11 and now to this game. But for the next installment of Mortal Kombat, they are going to have to really change something around. And I think the way they should do that, bring back 3D fighting. I think that's going to shake it up a lot. Bring back 3D fighting. Take away those cameos. Because I still think the cameo's a great idea. It just wasn't executed properly. Because it left a bad taste in people's mouth, I don't think people are going to want to see cameos again. So, take away cameos. Bring back 3D fighting. I think they can make it so crazy with 3D fighting. I think seeing from, the early 2000s with Deadly Alliance, Deception, and Armageddon, they can really bring a new day flair to 3D fighting this time around, dude. So I would really love to see that. I think it would definitely get people talking about Mortal Kombat again. But as of right now, man, I will be playing Tekken 8. Tekken 8 comes out tonight, and I'm pretty excited. And so I just hope NRS will see everybody's response, because they have not been communicating well at all. I hope they see everybody's responses. I hope they take the feedback with open arms. I don't want them to feel like we're just bagging on it because we just want to complain. No, we're valid in the way we feel. We paid $70+ for a game that doesn't have anything to offer and that, quite frankly, doesn't play well. So I don't want this to be like a video where it sounds like I'm complaining. I'm not. Mortal Kombat's my favorite fighting game franchise, and I just want to see them thrive, and I want to see them do better for this game. Thank you guys for watching, man. I'm super excited for Tekken 8 tonight, dude. And yeah, man, I can't wait to make content on it, dude. But thank you guys for tuning in, man. I love you guys. I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.